all okay. It's all in flow to hold on to and to let go. Hi guys, my name is Brandon Baker. Welcome to my podcast, Breakfast with BB. I hope you guys are having a wonderful start to your spring because I'm honestly really enjoying this change of weather. But anyways, welcome to Breakfast with BB, which is my virtual reality show. Not my virtual reality show, bitch. What the hell am I talking about? Which is my virtual podcast dedicated to cultivating mindfulness and filling you up, giving you the stuff that you need in the morning, I would say, to get your day started. Because for me, I love to meditate before I start anything, before I do anything. Actually, I meditated right before I started filming this. I actually have my coffee mug here with me. I was going to use it for like little cute promo stuff, but then honestly, I was like, girl, ain't nothing up in here, so it's pointless. But I drank it already during my meditation. Today, I really want to talk about something that I've come across and I've learned within myself. I've kind of come to understand for myself, and I'm still looking at that. I'm still kind of honing in on, if that makes sense. Because, you know, this spiritual thing, this spiritual journey, it doesn't stop. But like one day you're learning something and then the next day it's like, oh shit, new opportunity to learn a new thing about yourself. And just recently I had a very humbling experience, and I'm going to explain to you guys how humbling it really was. Today during my meditation, I just felt like I felt God kind of telling me to stop taking things so seriously. And one thing I've realized is that, you know, the pressure, God, like even now, as I just relax, as I bring down my shoulders a little bit, I'm able to kind of ease into the flow of this video. But, you know, we put so much pressure on ourselves. Like, we're so tightly wound. We're so clenched up all the time. Like, have you ever just sat in meditation and really relaxed your face? Relaxed your jaw, relaxed your muscles, relaxed your eyelids? I've been in this mode where I've been super, tense about life and super tense about this show and getting it perfect. And so it's kind of been difficult to execute because I've been like, okay, B, we got to do this, we got to do that, we got to get this perfect, we got to be right. We have to make sure that we're giving the most well-rounded advice, that we're living out the advice we're giving, which is important, you know. But like, is it the end all be all? Like, I can stumble too and still share my experiences with you guys. I can have a difficult time in meditation and still tell you guys what meditation has taught me. You know, I'm not necessarily here to even be a teacher. That's the thing. That's one reason why I really wanted to cultivate this space, because there are so many people who are mindfulness coaches online. There's so many people who are spiritual coaches and teachers. I think sometimes being a teacher, it hinders you from being able to sit in a space of vulnerability with the people that you're sharing your knowledge and wisdom with. Because again, like, meditation and spirituality and mindfulness is just a tactic that helps me to live a more fulfilling life. So if I'm living fulfilled, I want to be able to share that with you guys. I don't want to feel like I need to be an expert in the space. I just want to be able to share what I know. Like, I want to be able to share what I've learned. And this past week, actually, I was recording what was technically supposed to be episode 2 of this podcast, and it didn't go so well. It actually was kind of a hot ass mess. A bitch fumbled the ball. I fumbled the fucking ball, and that's okay. Like, I was in this place of trying to get it perfect, and I was taking it way too seriously. And God was like, "Girl, I'm gonna have to check your ego so that you can do this thing to bring me glory, so that you can do this podcast in a way that actually fills you up. Because if you're trying to get it perfect, it's probably not going to fill you up. Being in that headspace of perfectionism takes away from the enjoyment and the fulfillment, actually, of trying out new things. Like, this is a project that I've been excited about for a long time, and an idea that came to me months ago, and I've been working on it for almost half a year now. And the fact that I've been feeling the need to get it perfect has hindered me, has been an obstacle, has blocked my momentum. It's been in the fucking way. And we let things build up and block us. I had blockages within inside of me that were telling me that I needed to be perfect, that there was a right or a wrong way to do this, and there's not. Like, there's plenty of people who have podcasts, and most of the time they don't even give a fuck about the content they put out. They're not even mindful of the responsibility of sharing thoughts and ideas with other humans. They just say whatever comes to mind. And they don't blink an eye. They don't blink an eyelash. But yeah, I'm over here stressing about being the most knowledgeable person in my space. Why do I need to be the most knowledgeable? Who said I needed to be number one? Who said I need to be an expert? Who said I was here to compete? Who said there was a competition being held? Like what? Apple Podcast is a free space for anyone to upload content that they want to. Spotify, same thing. YouTube, same thing. So why is there so much pressure within me? What's going on within me? And that's what I'm here to explore with you guys. What's going on inside? What do we need to be taking a closer look at? What is hindering us from really living in fulfillment and joy, in peace, in an appreciation? What's hindering us from really seeing the magic that lives within us? Because there is, in my opinion and my belief, there's magic that dwells within all of us. We are magical beings. We are spiritual beings. We are so much more than this this world has taught us that we are. And I'm here to uncover all that I am. And I want you to do the same. I want to realize all the potential that is within me. I want to realize all the greatness that God has placed within me. I want to see who exactly I am. Not what can result from starting a podcast, because that's what the perfectionism is. Honestly, it's rooted in trying to see a result. And honestly, the result, okay, cool. That's great. You get what? Paid. Or you get views, or you get sponsorships, or whatever. That's all great. That's all well and good. There's nothing wrong with receiving that. But again, if we're only doing it for the outcome, is it really? Relax, relax. See, I gotta even tell myself to relax. But if we're only doing it for the outcome, like, what's the point? Because that's future. That's what's going to happen in the future. That could be 2 minutes down the line. That could be 2 days down the line. That could be 2 years down the line. But I want to do something that brings me joy, that feels freeing for me and liberating for me. And this podcast, even though it's a little bit of a new thing, it's a new venture, which is why I'm stumbling the other day. Like I was telling you guys, I was actually recording an episode, and y'all, how the hell, y'all, I forgot to turn on my mic. Yes, actually, ooh, can y'all see me? I forget that these glasses have like a glare to them. I was recording and I forgot to turn my mic on. And y'all, that was an extremely humbling experience for me, because I recorded like 48 minutes worth of content. And afterwards I was like, okay, let me give it a little listen. And there was nothing there. It was fuzz. It was like static. And I was like, girl, what happened here? What is this malfunction? And I thought at first it was because I was trying to record, because normally I try to record in Anchor, and I was trying to record straight to my iPhone. I was like, wait a minute. No, it's not. It's not my phone. I forgot to turn the damn mic on. I forgot to turn my mic on. I'm gonna be honest with you. I had a temper tantrum. I just sat there and I about boohooed, and I really was so downtrodden and so discouraged, because I was like, what the fuck? Like, B. I really was like, what the fuck? And I was mad as hell at God. Me and him, we be going at it. I'm going to be real with you. Well, he don't be going at it with me. I just be going at it with him. I be putting up a fight, and he knows that. I really was like livid. I was like, damn, God, I feel like I'm following what you called me to do. I feel like I'm following up on what you told me to do, and you won't even give a bitch a break. You really couldn't remind me to have my mic on? And the thing is, I have a podcast with my friend group, but I just recently got this mic specifically for this podcast. So that was like, other than voiceover recordings that I've been doing for like TikTok vlogs, that was maybe the second time I used it for podcast recording. And as I sat there, I was just like, damn, this fucking sucks. If this is what podcast is going to be like, I don't want to do it. I might be barking up the wrong fucking tree. I was like, bitch, I'm tired. I am fucking exhausted. Let me take my stupid ass to bed. Y'all, have y'all seen that TikTok with that girl? She did like a TikTok basically reenacting the interaction between her and her credit card. She was like, this is what my credit card says to me when sis was like, this is what my credit card says to me when I'm online shopping, knowing damn well I don't have no money in my account. And she was like, you need to sit your stupid ass down. And that's exactly what I was feeling. I was like, okay, God, if you want me to go sit the fuck down, I'm gonna do it. And when I feel really defeated, that's when I know that the universe is telling me to stop, to halt, to surrender. And so I just stopped recording for a few days. I did record like a get ready with me for TikTok a day later, but I stopped recording for the podcast in that moment because I was like, this is not enjoyable. This is not fulfilling. This is not, this doesn't feel, I don't want to say this doesn't feel good, because like not all experiences will feel good, and that's okay. That's a part of the journey. The fact is, I was just judging it. I was judging my process. And when I sat back and took a break from recording, I was able to realize that really I was hindering myself, that there was blockages within me that I needed to look at before I could get back on camera. And that blockage was the fact that I needed to be perfect, because that was stopping me from enjoying the process. That was stopping me from having fun. That was stopping me from being my truest and authentic self. Because it's really hard to get in front of camera when you feel like you need to be somebody else. Feeling the need to be perfect, and that those feelings of perfectionism are tied to someone else. Like, think about it. We have an idea of what perfection is in our mind, don't we? We have an idea of who is perfect and who isn't. We look at Beyonce as the standard of perfection. We look at Whitney Houston as the gold standard. We look at Bill Gates. We have these ideas of what perfect is, and we try to emulate that. And that's okay. Those people are inspiring, and they're meant to serve as inspiration, not as models for someone who you need to be. They're simply supposed to inspire your story. They're supposed to inspire you to get started. They're supposed to inspire you to follow up on that which brings you joy, on that which feels liberating for you. And doing a podcast feels liberating for me. I don't need to be Jay Shetty. I don't need to follow his blueprint. He just said, get up the fuck on camera. Do the thing that feels scary. So I'm getting on camera. But I didn't need to place extra pressure on myself. And so in that moment, I was feeling like super duper stressed and super duper tense. And so I needed to stop. But in my meditation today, I actually realized, and that's the title of today's episode, that I needed to laugh it off. That I needed to stop taking it so seriously, because I was trying to be something that I wasn't. I was trying to be Diane Sawyer and Oprah Winfrey. And the thing is, this podcast is called Breakfast with BB, which stands for Brandon Baker. So all I need to be is Brandon Baker. I had been beating up on myself unnecessarily. I want for this podcast to be a place and a space that is free of judgment. I want us to be able to look at ourselves and not identify with the emotions that we're experiencing, because in that moment I was feeling shame and I was identifying with the shame, but that's not who I am. Like, my name is not shame. When shame comes up, I feel it and it dissipates. That means it's not me. If it can go away, it's not you. If it's temporary, it's not you. In this life space is temporary. Like, I'm not always going to be alive. So if I was always defined by this race or this skin color, or the fact that I wear glasses, or the fact that I have a podcast, or the fact that my name is Brandon Baker, if I always identify with that, if I always identify with the persona or the person in front of the camera, if I always identify with that which is temporary or temporal, then there would be no point to this experience. Because think about it, like, there was a 5-year-old you, there was a 10-year-old you, there was a 25-year-old you, and hopefully there'll be like a 50-year-old you, But the point is, at that point in time, you were going through a different experience of every stage. You were going through a different experience at 5 years old and 10 years old and 11 years old and 15 and 25. But if you were only a high schooler, there would be no point to you continuing your experience after 12th grade. If you were only a podcaster, there'd be no point to continue your experience after you stop podcasting. If I was only this person that needed to get it right and perfect, there would be no point to me living life because there are going to be moments where I stumble. The issue is I judge the stumbling. We judge stumbling so bad. We judge the process so much that we're not even able to partake in it. We're not able to enjoy it. We're not able to learn from it and grow from it because all parts of it are necessary. Like, think about it. We wouldn't start a job if there were no possibilities of advancement or growth. If there were no opportunities for, what's it called? When you get a promotion, if there were no opportunities for promotion, we wouldn't start the job. And the thing is, we want to level up, but we don't want the experience of growth required to level up. We don't want the experience of fumbling the ball. We don't want the experience of learning and growing and falling on our faces and falling on our asses and losing control and looking stupid and feeling dumb and feeling inadequate and all those things. But I'm learning now that I have to release all those ideas of who I thought I was. I have to release all those ideas of shame and guilt and blame. I can't blame myself for what I didn't know. Like, I didn't know my mic wasn't on. Okay, that's a fact. That's the past. It was because it was supposed to be. But I'm moving forward regardless in this moment, in this now. Like, what is happening right now for you? What is the now teaching you? That's what's important. That's where the growth lies. That's what you need to focus on. That's where your attention should lie. What is going on right now? And because I was able to sit back, relax, unwind, look at those emotions that I was judging as harmful, as bad, as negative, and say, hey, I'm feeling some guilt about this. I'm feeling guilty and shameful about the fact that I didn't know better. But do we guilt babies for not knowing how to walk? Do we look at interns and say, you a dumb hoe because you don't know how to sort out these figures and numbers on their first day? No. Do we look at dogs and yell at them and scream at them because they don't know that they're not supposed to use the bathroom in the yard when you just adopted them? Like, no. The thing is, we need to learn to become better parents of ourselves because we're still carrying that ideology and that energy that we held in childhood when our parents got mad at us for making mistakes, when our parents got mad at us for getting it wrong or thinking that we did it wrong, when our parents got mad at us for breaking something. But what did we know? We were kids, like you were 7 years old. Let it go. And we're still carrying that energy from when we were 7 and when we were 8 and when we were 9 and 10 and 13 and 15 and 25 and all that. And we just didn't know. That is what mindfulness is. That's the importance of it. It's meant to expand your awareness because when you know better, you can do better. You didn't know any better. You were doing your best. You're always doing your best. And I have to realize that about myself. I'm always doing the best with what I know in that moment. I'm always acting within the highest awareness that I have available to me in that moment. And until I know better, I cannot do better. I cannot perform better. I cannot become a better podcaster until I fuck up. I cannot become a better brother until I suck at being a brother. I cannot be a better friend until I'm bad at being a friend. I can't become a better lover until I enter into my first relationship. Like, we gotta get it wrong, y'all. And who says it's wrong? Today, I'm encouraging you guys to laugh some shit off, to let that baggage and that past go. It is no longer who you are. It no longer serves you. And it wasn't who you are to begin with. It was a stage of life that you had to experience. And we are here to experience life in all its fullness, in all its beauty, in all its abundance, in all its wholeness. And in order to have an abundant experience, in order to have an abundant experience, we need to be able to be open to all that life has to teach us. Because as my favorite life coach, And thought leader Lisa Nichols likes to say, abundance is a 360. Abundance is a 360. Abundance is a 360 experience. It's the whole thing. It's the shame. It's the guilt. It's the love. It's the joy. It's the connection. It's the being alone. It's the thoughts and feelings of loneliness. It's the spirituality. It's the advancement in your career. It's the love life. It's all of it. This life thing is a whole experience. And in order to feel it for real, in order to engage with it and experience life for all that it has to offer, you have to be open to all of it. Like you have to be open to the successes and to the failures, to the joy and to the loss. You got to be open, y'all. I promise to stay open and do my best to be open during this journey. And I pray that you will be open with me, that you'll take this journey with me, that you will do your best to be present with me and to be conscious and to be centered, and that hopefully I can provide a space for you to feel that, to feel centered, to feel free of judgment, to feel liberated, to feel free to be yourself. Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to free each other by freeing ourselves first. So I'm doing the work to free myself and hopefully you're doing the work to free yourself, and we can come together to feel even more liberated. But anyways, thank you so much for tuning in for today's episode. I truly, 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 truly appreciate it. It means so much. So if you're, on YouTube, watching on YouTube, please subscribe if you like what you've heard thus far. If you're watching on Spotify or whatever, Apple Podcasts, all the things, I think you can, I don't know if you can subscribe. I guess you just put on like the notifications. So yeah, turn on your notifications. Feel free to follow me online. The socials will be linked down below. And, keep me in your thoughts and your prayers as I continue on this journey. And I'll keep you in my thoughts and my prayers. But thank you so much for sharing in this space with me. It means so much. It really, really does. I love you guys. And I hope this taught you something. I hope this, this freed you up to maybe take a look at the emotions that you've been avoiding possibly. Because I know I was avoiding it, and it's okay. It's all right. It's part of the process. Try not to judge it too hard. Try not to judge yourself too harshly. You're doing the best that you know how to do. And you're going to continue to grow. So be okay with what you're doing right now. And if you're not, change it. Feed yourselves and nourish yourselves accordingly. I love you, and I will see you in the next episode of Breakfast with BB. All my love, all my love, all my love, all my love, all my love. Sending you so much love and light. Share this episode with somebody you think would enjoy it. And I will catch you on the flip side. And thank you again for tuning in for today's episode of Breakfast with BB. I'll see you next time. Bye. Mwah.